I was wondering how long it's been since you've done a clinic in the Bay Area.
And I thought about that one at first, and actually, the last time I was up there was January of 2006. Um,
2006. Wow.
yeah, because I did a clinic at Jimmy's shop at Jimmy DeGrasso's, and the reason why I remembered what year it was because it was the week before NAM started, and that was the first NAM. Well, that was the NAM where I got the first call to fill in for Charlie for the first time. My first tenure with Anthrax, which was the beginning of 2006. And that was right after I did that clinic and then went down to LA the next week for NAM and then got the call.
God,
So it
that's
was
just amazing.
2006.
It seems like last year that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's
It
just.
really does.
Um,
It's really funny how fast time is just going by. It's just like you said in that article. It's like, yeah, you may be 20 now, but 60 is going to be here sooner than you think.
well, now has your clinic program changed since then? Are you doing a slightly different material, or do you have like several clinics that you sort of rotate through?
I do different things based on what I'm doing. I do different things based on the event. Okay, so plain and simple. If it's something like this, like drum night, where I have a 40-minute window to give my clinic, I'm not going to do the same presentation that I would do for a solo drum clinic because in a 40-minute time slot, I have to be cognizant of what I want to accomplish in that 40 minutes. If it's my own night, I spend 35 minutes playing before I even say anything. So obviously that's not going to happen at drum night because it would leave me 5 minutes for, teaching or questions and answers. But my program has changed over the years. I used to do a lot of things that were double bass intensive, okay? Because 90% of the time, that's what I get asked questions about. How do you play double bass? How do you play it fast? Blah, 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 that stuff. And not there's anything wrong with that. But that's one of my fortes, so that's something that people ask me about, so that's something I concentrate on. However, when I put the DVD out in 2008, all the stuff that I used to cover in those clinics, like exercises and part of the crash course that I wrote for you guys years ago, that all got encompassed in the DVD. So I tried not to, after 2008 on, I tried not to do the same program because obviously I wanted to sell my product. And number two, it's kind of been there, done that. I don't want to do the same thing and have if you actually get people who actually have seen you in clinic more than once, oh, well, he did this 3 years ago when I saw him. That's what I don't want to do. So what I've been doing lately for my full-on clinics, and that's the thing, I'm going to be coming off a run this July before we do drum night because I'm going out in conjunction with Guitar Center in July for 5 clinics around the States. So I'm going to be coming off, a mini tour of my own night, so I'm going to do a scaled-down version of that. So I still cover double bass, but I go through the stuff really quickly, like the basics, and then I'll go through things like, now here's some expanded ideas of stuff that I've been working on in the last year or so, or I'll get into some things that I've learned different footing patterns or different things that have helped me lately with balance or technique or whatever it is. But it's not just like left right chugga 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 stuff that I've done before. I try to elaborate more on that and really try to cover more so techniques in different styles of music and just being open-minded.
So do you
That's
do you play along to recorded tracks during your clinics by
yeah,
and large?
yeah. I do. There's a lot of performance in it. There's usually anywhere from, depending on depending on the time, anywhere from 3 to 6 play-alongs. I usually do some sort of improv solo, just whatever's hitting me for the day, and then I go from there. I do all the performance stuff, and the songs that I pick for performance will tie into the educational aspect of it because it's either exercises that I have, taken from being exercises and actually executed them into actual musical parts, being the track that I'm playing, or I'll show, exercises of how you can, take this and apply it in a different manner, whatever it is. So usually my play-alongs have something to do with what I'm going to cover rather than just like, all right, I'm going to play a song and then this has nothing to do with anything that we're going to talk about.
Gotcha. Do you know offhand any particular tracks you're going to play along with this year at Drum Night? Or
that's the thing with 40 minutes. I'm still very on the fence about what I'm going to play. Obviously, I know I'm going to play at least two songs off the latest Shadows Fall record because, I mean, that's my main band. That's what people are going to want to see anyways. So I'll probably do at least two songs off our latest record because there's definitely two or three specific songs that I do a lot with the exercise part of that. Like, here's some stuff that from this song, this is what I worked on to be able to play this song, or this is what this came about for this, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. I'm also working on a new album with this band called Toxic, who was a progressive thrash band from the 80s who just got back together and they're reuniting and doing a record, and I'm doing the record. And some of their new demo material is really, really challenging, really, really cool, really fun to play. And I'm hoping I might be able to get one of those songs set up by time we do this, because I'd like to showcase that as well. And I might actually showcase one of my other projects I've been working on too. I'm doing like this power trio kind of thing with some of my friends, a couple of my friends from Berkeley, and it's not metal. It's definitely more like prog rock or fusion-y kind of stuff, but it's different stuff. It's definitely different stuff for me to play. Like there's elements of, there's one song that we have that has elements of, rock, samba, jazz, all that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't mind playing one of those too, but unfortunately right now all I have is guitar tracks. So I don't want to play a track that's just, me and a guitar player. Like, if I can get my bass player to finish his tracks before we get to that point, maybe I might do something like that, too. Because I think it might be cool to do another piece of music that's not metal,